While Kim Kardashian and Rihanna are self-made billionaires, the majority of the world's richest women are worth at least 10 times what they are. Whether they were born into a dynasty or married into their fortune, even the richest women on the planet has a net worth that is only a third of Elon Musk's. Welcome to Planet Lux, and in this video we'll take a look at the top 10 richest women in the world 2022. Number 10. Iris von Bona. As the matriarch of Chile's richest family and the queen of the country's mining industry, the majority of Iris von Bona's wealth stems from Antofagasta, the copper mining company she inherited from her late husband, Andronico Luksic, who also founded what has become one of the world's largest copper mining businesses. However, mining is not the only industry Iris oversees. She's also in charge of the Luksic Group's other large businesses, which include banking, brewing, and a shipping company. Number 9. Gina Rinehart. Gina Rinehart is yet another mining tycoon. Her primary business is the Iron Ore Mining Corporation founded by her father, Lang Hancock. Gina, on the other hand, does not have the typical heiress story, nor does she want to be called one. She's not one because she did not inherit her father's wealth, only his burdens. Gina was left with a business that was on the verge of bankruptcy when her father died in 1992, but which she successfully turned around. Gina is a self-made billionaire who made the best of a bad situation, according to her and those who know her and her story. Gina was named the world's richest woman 20 years after taking over Hancock Prospecting, but she has to settle for 9th this year. She has no plans to slow down anytime soon, as she expands her business and travels the world in her $80 million private jet. Number 8. Charlene de Carvalho Heineken. After the death of its former CEO and her own father, Freddie Heineken, in 2002, the sole heir to the Heineken fortune inherited a 25% stake in the world's second largest brewing company, Heineken International. Charlene, despite being an only child, was not an active participant in her father's business. She had only one share of the company, which was worth $32. Instead of learning the ins and outs of the family business, she chose to study law and settle in London with her husband and children. Charlene was put on the spot by her husband within a week of her father's death and made the life-changing decision to take over a quarter of Heineken International shares, trading her quiet days in London for the demanding life of a businesswoman, traveling to various parts of the world to explore the empire her father left behind in order to make herself a worthy successor. She is the executive director of Heineken International and is currently the wealthiest entrepreneur in the Netherlands, a position she has held for years. Number 7. Abigail Johnson. Abigail Johnson, who was born in Boston, Massachusetts, defied convention by becoming the most powerful woman in finance after becoming the chairperson of Fidelity Investments, one of the top 3 financial services companies in the United States. Inheriting a fortune worth trillions of dollars is not easy, especially for Abby, who had to break into a traditionally male-dominated industry and make a name for herself, which she did. Not only does Abby's success demonstrate that a woman can succeed in a man's world, but she also uses her position to bring more women into finance and investment management by encouraging them to participate in the industry and by making her company a welcoming place for women who want to have a flourishing career in finance. Number 6. Suzanne Kolb. The 56-year-old German-born businesswoman and mother of 3 currently owns more than 19% of BMW, the world's largest manufacturer of luxury automobiles, as well as the Mini Cooper and Rolls-Royce brands. Suzanne, on the other hand, is only the second largest shareholder after her brother, Stefan Quandt, who owns more than 23% of the company. Suzanne's entrepreneurial success is not dependent on the family's main business. Her primary focus over the years has been Atlanta AG, a pharmaceutical company founded by her grandfather that she has propelled to world-class status. She is still the chairman and sole owner of Atlanta AG, which reportedly earns $2.5 million in sales per year. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic, number 5. Laureen Powell Jobs. Laureen had always been in the shadow of her late husband, Steve Jobs, and preferred to remain so until he died of cancer in 2011. Laureen was left with a high-profile fortune tied to her name after his unexpected death at the age of 56, a fortune she had to manage while grieving the loss of her husband, becoming a sole parent to their children and dealing with the spotlight she would rather avoid. Unbeknownst to many, Laureen has made her mark as a philanthropist with the Emerson Collective, a Silicon Valley, California-based organization that advocates for social change. The organization was founded in 2004 and operated quietly, so quietly that one of her 10 new hires in 2010 had no idea who the Emerson who owned the company was. Laureen's net worth is still primarily defined by the money from her late husband's company, but she's also making a name for herself through philanthropy. Number 4. Yang Huiyan. Yang has accomplished a lot this year, including earning $2 billion in the first 4 trading days of 2018, remaining China's richest woman for the 6th year in a row and turning 37. The figures are not surprising, given that she is the vice chairman of the real estate development company Country Garden Holdings and owns 57% of the company's shares. Yang's rise to the top of the richest began in 2007 when her father, Yang Guodiyang, transferred a 70% stake in the company to her name, making her not only one of the company's major shareholders, but also China's wealthiest individual at the age of 25. However, the Chinese heiress' fortune does not revolve around the family's real estate business. Yang is also the owner of Bright Scholar Education Holdings, the company in charge of running China's largest international K-12 schools. Number 3. Jacqueline Mars. As the heiress to the world's largest confectioner, Mars Incorporated, Jacqueline Mars literally lives the sweet life. She currently owns roughly 1/3 of the company, which is the same as her brother. In addition to being the heir to the world-famous candy company, Mars is an active philanthropist and owner of some of the top eventing horses in the United States. Number 2. Alice Walton. The youngest child and only daughter of Walmart founders Sam Walton, she may not be as involved in the family business as her brothers Rob and Jim, but that doesn't mean she doesn't make money from it. Alice is a co-manager of Walton Enterprises, one of the family's holding companies, responsible for half of Walmart's largest retailer. Alice's true passion, however, is art, as evidenced by her personal collection, which is said to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, which she founded in 2011 in her hometown of Bentonville, Arkansas. Number 1. Francoise Bettencourt. Francoise was already playing a significant role in overseeing the family's fortune as the head of their own investment company and the president of the Bettencourt-Schweller Foundation before she was declared the owner of the $107.5 billion stake in L'Oreal, following her mother's death in 2017. Filling your mother's shoes, on the other hand, is a difficult task. However, despite the fact that the late Liliane Bettencourt was the richest woman in the world until the day she died, Francoise manages to hold her own, taking first place on the year's list of the world's wealthiest women. Aside from being the heir to the cosmetics magnate's fortune, Francoise is also a well-known author of Greek mythology works and literature focusing on Jewish-Christian relations. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Which of these women inspire you the most? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.